John Trickett.
Thank you very much, and thank you for your guidance about the 4-minute limit, which I'll try my very best to adhere to. And can I congratulate my honourable friend for organising this debate and the House authorities for allowing it to take place too. Colombians are good-natured and democratic people, and they love liberty and life too. But they are experiencing a prolonged crisis whose roots lie deep in Colombian society, but above all in the current failing economic model. The economy is in free fall, and the government wanted to raise taxes on the hardest hit. And so social cohesion is breaking down as inequality accelerates in that wonderful country. Almost half of all Colombians now live in poverty, 15% in the most extreme poverty conditions. Meanwhile, the richest 10% in Colombia earn 2/5 of all of the country's incomes. And many Colombians, when you speak to them, will speak of endemic elite corruption and of the power of the cartels in the economy. So little surprise then that through the country, civilians in very large numbers have become increasingly active in fighting for justice. And of course, we express our solidarity, I'm sure from all parts of the House, with all those citizens fighting for a just settlement in Colombia or anywhere else in the world. But undoubtedly, wealthier Colombians and the international corporations which have become implanted there have felt threatened by this citizen activity. And so this very right-wing government, Colombian government, has done what such governments always do everywhere, which is to defend extreme privilege, wealth and power, even at the expense of their own people's freedoms and, sadly, at the expense, in some cases, of people's lives. The Colombian criminal justice system too often has been used as a government tool to attack human rights in an attempt to suppress this incipient citizen movement. We've heard the figures given by my honourable friend about the number of deaths, 5,000 cases of police violence, 44 police killings, 2,000 arbitrary arrests, 77 protesters who have been disappeared, and that's only in the last 3 or 4 months. As was said, the ITUC and Amnesty have declared that Colombia is the most dangerous place in the world to be a trade unionist fighting back, or to be an environmentalist. They might have added also to be an indigenous activist or LGBTQ rights activists. So let me turn then just finally to the involvement of the British government, because the UK's College of Policing has been training Colombian police officers. Our very own CPS provided criminal justice advisors, so-called. The British government spent £2.3 million training specialised cadres of police in Colombia. There are other programmes too lengthy to mention, but British policing is meant to be based on the principle of consent. So what on earth have we, the British, been doing, apparently in cahoots with a government which seems to have removed civil liberty and human rights from what ought to be their central role in their criminal justice system in Colombia? So let me turn finally, because I want to be very brief, to the Minister. The British government needs to come off the fence and be quite clear about this. There's no evidence that the situation in Colombia is improving. In fact, it's deteriorating. And therefore, there can be no justification in offering words of goodwill to effectively the President, who is a human rights abuser of the grandest scale. Minister, please condemn the abuse of civil rights in Colombia and ensure that all UK programmes henceforth either comply totally with democratic values or cease those programmes immediately. Thank you very much.